Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you are full of joy and you have a spring in your step. And for those who do not celebrate Easter, happy spring. And for those who are not in spring, happy day, because I am feeling very joyful and I am feeling very excited. Spring, April is the month of four. It's represented by the Empress. That's that time when you plant the seeds, in time you will manifest what it is that you want. So this is the time to really picture what is it that you want to change in your life? What version of yourself do you want to see in the future? Think about what you want in the future and manifest it now so that you'll see the results come in. So think of this month as this month of growth, this month of literally, starting something new and letting it grow. And it is so beautiful out. I could smell the earth. Everything is melting. Now, in one way, it's beautiful and it's like exciting and 15 degrees out, which is just so warm. And then on the other hand, I have Sadie, the dog, who's coming in full of mud. And she just looks at me and it's just like, oh, another bath. So I've gotten this like container, just put a little bit of Dawn in it with water because, what can you do? Unconditional love from my doggy Sadie. So it is time for our weekly vibes to find out what we need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week. So as always, I'm going to put a little video here so you can have some time to think about which number resonates with you, 1, 2, or 3. When you decide what number resonates with you, go to that number and let's see what your week looks like. Look, do you not see the heart right there? We always find hearts together. So you've chosen group 1. What do you need to know about love this week? We've got the 6 of Pentacles. It's all about give and take this week. In relationships, it's never 50-50. Some days, you're not feeling well. You're, whatever the reason is, that you're just not able to give. And so you'll find that your friend will take up most of the conversation. Your family will just kind of surround you with love and let you be. And your coworkers might pick up the slack for you. Or it might be the reverse, where you will do the opposite. So relationships always kind of, balance between all those different numbers and grades. And so this week it's going to be a balancing act. And for some, there's going to be some giving, and for some, there's going to be taking. And this is the card of charity. So, we could be talking literal charity, giving of time, giving of clothes, or even money. But I think this more has to do with charity of spirit. That when somebody or you might not even like, that they're down on their luck, that you show them the charity of just being a human to another human. Like, for some people, you might find yourself in a situation where you are confronted with something that's uncomfortable or outside of your comfort zone, or maybe with somebody that you don't respect, you don't like, or maybe a family member that you feel, has done you wrong all these years, and they come to you in sincerity and say, hey, I'm sorry. Have charity in your heart before you cut them off, or you don't give them that time. Think about it before you make any decisions that way. When it comes to money, we've got the 7 of Wands, so you're feeling a little bit defensive. When it comes to finances, you might be with your partner, or you might be just by yourself kind of going, oh, Lord, okay, but I had to spend this. I had to do this. I had to get this for the house. it's always something, and you're defending your finances, what you're doing. So, and it may be a case where somebody's actually saying, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you spending so much? Now, on the work front, you could be feeling like you're in a position where you're having to defend yourself. You're defending your job, you're defending what you're doing, and you're tired. It gets tiring when you're always having to push your way through. But this week is going to be one of those weeks, and I will just let you know that I intuitively got this sort of be careful about some of the people that are around you that you might trust. They might not be as trustworthy as you think. So if something is not something that you want everybody to know, don't tell anybody. Do you know what I'm saying? When it comes to worry, we've got the Three of Pentacles. You're really worried about maybe work and things that you're working on. So it could be that you're worried about your work, you're worried about your career, you're worried about the finances, because that's all intertwined. It could be worried about a project that you are working on, or you might be worried about others, how they're planning things, how they're working things out, what their lives are like. So you've got all this stress happening in your life. When it comes to advice, you have to love tarot. Oh, you can't really. You have to love tarot, because I literally just said, about being concerned about work, being concerned about others, being concerned. And this is, about surrendering, just letting go and letting God, that sometimes you can't take on the responsibilities of all the world or the work or the family or the friends. Sometimes you just need to surrender. And oftentimes, if you give space and time to something, you'll have a change in your perspective. And for some, the advice could literally be, listen, you're looking at a situation and you're thinking of it as one way. Maybe if you talk to somebody, or if you gave yourself some time to kind of go, okay, if I was this person or this situation, how would I react, or what would I want done? And it might change your perspective so that a situation becomes better. So no matter what in life, our perspective is our truth. Do you know what I mean? The truth is out there, but the truth is only our perspective of it. So be careful with that. So, as always, it is time for our angel answers, where you get a yes, no, maybe to any question you might have on your mind that you're thinking about. And I promise you, if you just want something to think about or some really good advice, these cards are fantastic. So, do you have your question or your situation? What do the angels say? Reconsider. Reconsider. There is an element of your plan that should be reevaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you an objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you're considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. Group 2, what do you need to know about love this week? Love. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So there's going to be some offerings here. We could be seeing some promise rings or proposals. We could be seeing some gifts. This could be somebody reaching out and giving you a phone call that you weren't expecting. When it comes to your family, friends, relatives, be available, be open to the idea of giving, be open to the idea of receiving. And if it's you and you're thinking about somebody and they're special in your life and you just want to say, hey, for no reason, I just want to say I love you, or I think you're doing a great job, or whatever the case may be, if that's you, do it. Do it. Make somebody's day. It's a wonderful thing, especially when it's sincere. When it comes to money, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So when it comes to careers, there's going to be some people that are looking to move up. You want to make that little bit of more money. So you're going to be going for a raise, or you're going to be looking for a new position. This is a great time to put out your feelers. This is a great time to kind of look and see what's going on, because there's something out there for you that will make more money. And it's a feeling of, it could be something that's more fulfilling. So you're going to kind of get more money and get the fulfillment that you want and need in your job. And when it comes to finances, you're going to come into some kind of like windfall. A little extra money's coming your way. Maybe tax time is going to, bless you with a few extra dollars, but something's coming your way. So expect good things. When it comes to worry, you worry about everything. Everything is a worry. You can't stop thinking about everybody and everyone, and you worry about everything and everyone but yourself, to the point where you may be hurting yourself. You might be actually physically causing yourself strain. Sometimes you can't save the world, but you have to save yourself. You're no good to nobody if you're not around. You're no good to nobody if you're sick or depressed. I really instantly got this feeling of some people being in a really dark place, being in depression, and not wanting to admit it. Because sometimes it's hard to understand that you're feeling sad, that you feel like nothing's worth it, when somebody else can look at your life and go, you got it so good, how can you feel that way? And then you're embarrassed and you're ashamed. So if you're dealing with some mental issues that way, please reach out to a doctor or a trusted friend. Well, no, really a doctor, because there's some people really dealing with some mental issues that are causing so much more stress and strain in your life than you need. And for others, you're just being a worry worse. Like you gotta let go. You can't be the fixer for everybody. And I promise you, if you take in everybody's negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative situations, negative problems, you are causing so many toxics in your body unless you're able to release it to something. So be very careful. When it comes to advice, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Take a chance. If there's something that you've always wanted to do it. If you always wanted to, do karaoke and sing, I mean, don't sing on YouTube for everybody to be able to judge you and think, oh, dear God, what's she doing? But hey, we sing here. We can't help it. It could be literally just saying, you know what, take a vacation, go to Vegas, you'll win well. Ooh, buy a lotto ticket, my friend. Buy a lotto ticket and you might win. But this is like sort of like anything can happen. Expect something, like you could really be seeing something like shocking come into your life, and your perspective will let you know if it's a good or bad thing. But I get a feeling like something's gonna happen in your life, and it could be like, oh great, or it could be like, oh darn, but in time you will realize it's a blessing in disguise. So interesting week, my friends. So when it comes to the angel answers, it's time to get your question that has a yes, no, maybe, or you're just looking for some advice or something to think about, because the angels always give such great advice, or even just like I literally just spend time going, I wish I could just remember the words, because it's so real, Oh, that card came out. So your card is let go. The time has come to let go of this situation. Stop focusing on how or when it will be solved, or even why it occurred. Relationships that are unhealthy or unfulfilling should be released in order to allow something better to come along. Don't worry, Source and your angels have everything under control. A key aspect to manifesting your desires is to ask for what you want and then release it to the heavens. If you're drawn to this card, you may be holding on too tightly to the way your dreams will unfold. Make a wish and then leave the rest to your angels. So you've chosen group 3. What do we need to know about love this week? When it comes to love, we have the Ace of Cups, That is so sweet. You are feeling so much love, and there's going to be this feeling of some kind of worry or stress that you had with a family or friend or a relative or a coworker is going to work out. And it's not necessarily that something's going to change, but it feels like more like your perspective will change towards it. And if somebody's been negative to you, or if somebody's just been kind of off kilter with you, it feels like you have enough love for the both of you, which is tiring, but it's beautiful at the same time, because it's like you can understand even more than somebody else, maybe why they do the things they do, or not even understand, sort of accepting it and just saying, I love you anyway, which is the greatest form of unconditional love. So expect to feel and expect to give some real beautiful gifts of love this week. When it comes to money, we have justice. So if there's anybody who's been involved in any kind of legalities this time around, it is so going to go in your favor. So if you're dealing with something legal, do not settle for something that's less than what you want. You got this one. When it comes to finances, what you put into it is what you'll get. So whatever is just. So if you're taking care of your finances, you'll be fine. With justice here, I also get this feeling that when it comes to work, if you've been really like wanting something more, whether that's more pay or feeling that need to feel more fulfilled in your job, this is a week where you might be actually thinking about it. You might actually be looking at your job or looking at the situation or environment that you're in and kind of say, is this what you want? And you're kind of balancing those scales of money versus fulfillment. So it might be something that you'll think about this week. And it's a good time to think about it because you'll have clear thoughts, clear thinking about it. When it comes to worry, you're worried about loved ones. You're worried about people in your life. There's a lot of stress happening there. For some, it could be worrying about the health and welfare of a family, friend, or a coworker even. For some, it could be a case of themselves feeling like they're not good enough. That in some relationships, you feel like you have this wealth of knowledge to give, and you have that ability. But in some relationships, you feel like you're the lesser, or you don't understand how to change it. It's that kind of feeling here, but it's really a feeling of love here. It's a feeling of worrying about the people and the relationships that you care about. That's your worry this week. When it comes to advice, we have the Knight of Swords. So don't rush in. Sometimes it's better to just listen. Not that advice is a bad thing, it's a wonderful thing, but timing is everything. And sometimes a situation needs to resolve itself without you rushing in to do anything about it. So I feel like there's this need or want for you to fix everything, to make everything better. It's not your responsibility. Don't stress out about it. Don't put yourself in that position of feeling like you've got to do something. Sometimes you got to let go and worry and care about yourself. So, and with the Knight of Swords there is a feeling of if there's some situation, if there's something that you've been working on, there is this element of determination, and that through determination you will have success. So, I had to say that because, if it hits me, I got to say it. So, as always, we have the angel cards. When we get to ask a question, yes, no, maybe, or it could be just looking for some advice or just hearing something that may, trigger something for you to think about. Do you have your question or situation? The angel answer is, don't stop. This is not the time to give up. Continue to move in the direction of your hopes, dreams, or plans. You are on the right path and you should see progress as long as you stay the course. It's very important that you stand your ground and believe in yourself. Don't let others intimidate you into quitting. Just because they don't have your vision doesn't mean you shouldn't follow your heart. So my friends, that is our weekly vibes. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, we have our candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, cheerio, take care, and God bless.